Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get today's video started, if you guys did not know, most of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell also so you do not miss any streams or videos. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another tip video. It's your boy Von the Don. I'm glad to have you guys back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about mid-game. Alright, I've had a lot of people ask me to make a video on how to survive mid-game arena, so that's going to be the focus of this video. Hopefully I can help you guys. I'm going to give you a couple tips on how I survive mid-games and how I'm so consistent with getting to the end game. As you guys know, I've said this a lot, mid-game is not the place to fight because of third parties and all that other stuff and the risk of dying before getting points. Okay, so you're going to want to focus on making it through the mid-game without contact and to get to the end game where all the easy points are. That's going to be the main focus of this video. But before we get into that, make sure you smash that like button if you are enjoying these videos. Also, guys, before we get this video started, I just want to say I will be leaving a gameplay at the end of this video that you guys can watch and VOD review of me getting through a crazy mid-game and end-game and arena. It's an insane gameplay, so make sure you watch to the end to see that. Besides that, we'll get right into it, guys. So the first thing I want to say, this is the first tip, is to make sure you leave your drop spot with decent mats and extra heals. Okay, if you have a little extra time, make sure you get your mats up. Make sure you look around a little bit more to get some more heals, some more things that will aid you in surviving and getting through these mid games. You're gonna want to have enough mats to protect yourself if you do run into somebody while trying to get through the mid game. All right, guys, so that's tip number one, is to make sure you're nice and kitted up before you leave your spawn. All right, before you leave your drop spot. Tip number two is that if you don't have enough loot while leaving your spawn, you're going to want to sneak around and try to find leftover loot or find low-key spots that haven't been looted. These are usually like the spots on the edges of the map or the random houses in the middle of the map that nobody goes to. You're going to want to find these spots and loot up and make sure you get as much stuff as you can. The more stuff you have in your inventory, the higher the chances are going to be of you surviving, all right? You'll have more things to use and more ways to try to escape your opponent if you have to. So definitely look around if you don't have enough loot, but do it sneakily and try to stay out of sight of people, and you'll be surprised on what you find. So moving on to the next tip, and this is tip number three, is that while running around during mid-game, you're not just going to want to run anywhere. You want to try to sneak around, because the focus of arena is to get to the end game. Okay, so you want to avoid mid-game fights. Mid-game fights are not good. It's so easy to get third party or something stupid happens, and it's so risky, man. You'll end up dying half the time. So you're going to want to try to sneak around and stay out of sight. Hug sides of mountains to keep out of view. And if you're in the zone, most of the time you're just going to want to camp in a building or a bush or something and don't make any noise at all. Okay, you'll be surprised by how many people you avoid by being completely silent. There'll be people running past you, people coming into the building and leaving without even realizing you're there, and you'll get free placement points every time. So don't be afraid to camp, because like I said, you want to try to avoid mid-game fights. It's all about the end game. That's where all the points are, is in the end game, so you want to avoid mid-game fights. Do not risk it. Now, if you are a super cracked player and you like W keying, by all means go ahead and W key. But this is strictly for people who are struggling to survive in mid-game and trying to make it to late game more so they can be more consistent with their points. So don't be afraid to camp, guys. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is if you accidentally get near someone, okay, and they don't see you and you're trying to stay undetected, you're going to want to try to crouch walk and hide. There's plenty of things to hide behind in Fortnite, all right? There's trees, there's rocks, there's buildings, there's little shacks. If you see someone, immediately crouch walks, try to stay out of view and back up into the shadows, okay? A lot of people won't notice you if you do this, but if you're just running around jumping up and down in the open, people are going to see you from a mile away. So definitely try to be more low-key, and when you run into people, man, crouch walks, be quiet. If you're trying to avoid the fight, man, just do whatever you can to stay away from them. Moving on to the next tip is that if you must rotate to a new zone, so if you are camping in a zone and you must rotate to the new zone, stay on the dead side of the map. You guys don't know what the dead side of the map is. It's the side that's closest to the edge of the actual map, or whatever side of the zone where less players will be coming from. So for example, if a zone is on the edge of the map, half of it's in the water, half of it's on the land, the water side is going to be the dead side of the zone because there's not going to be any players rotating from that side because it's the edge of the map. So you're going to want to try to stay on the dead sides of the zone when you're rotating, and it will lower your chances of running into somebody and make it easier to rotate. So definitely try that. That's helped me out a lot, is using that dead zone trick. The next thing I want to talk about is that you need to use everything you have before you die. Okay, use whatever you can to disengage a fight if you don't feel like you can win it. If you decide to jump pad away, try landing on another player, just to cause confusion for the person chasing you. They might start fighting the other player instead, and it will give you a chance to sneak away. So use all your utility, all your builds, everything you can, your heals, do it all, man. Whatever you can do to get away or to win the fight. Never give up when you're in a situation like that. And moving on, man, this is my last tip. and that's going to be to always be aware of what's going on around you. Awareness is key when you're rotating in mid-game. Be on a constant lookout for people. You're always going to want to check your back, check your sides, look all around, see where people are at. You're going to want to know where everyone is at so that you can avoid them. And one more thing is to never rotate in the valley between two mountains. Okay, guys, players from both mountains will focus you, and that's the worst spot to be in, is in between two mountains. So if you're going to rotate and there's two mountains, go around one of the mountains. Never go through them. All right, that's a little quick tip for you guys. But hopefully these tips helps you guys. Those are all my tips for today to get through mid game, to make it to end game more consistently. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any streams, giveaways, or videos. It's very important. Join the notification gang today, boys. And also use code VON in the item shop if you want to help support me. I'd appreciate it greatly. It's just VON. And yeah, thanks guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good day, night, morning, whatever it is for you, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, boys. Somebody else here too, dude. There's been somebody else here this whole time. Good thing I have 3 medkits. Yeah. One has a jump pad, dude. Oh, GG's. Top 3. Let's go.